Hi guys, this is Emily Cupelli, and for today's card I'll be using the Breakfast Club, Sweet Thing and Wispy Wishes stamp sets. I started stamping the word you and the flower I want in the middle of my flower arrangement using my archival ink in jet black. Now I'll stamp the flowers I want to each side of my arrangement using the same archival ink in jet black. Then I'll stamp the stem in the stamp set on each of the flowers. I'm using the mug, which will be my flower pot, as reference to keep the flower inside of it. Off camera, I went all over the word you with a black Sharpie to make sure it looks completely solid. Now I'm using my distress inks in mustard seed and spiced marmalade to color the flowers. I just love to use this color combo along with brown, which I'll be using later during the fall season. I added both the orange and the yellow to each of the flowers. Sometimes I like to dab the cardstock with a paper towel to remove the excess of water and color, avoiding to get any bleeding outside the lines and making the color lighter if it is a little darker than I want. Then I added some forest moss to the leaves. Here I stamped a mug, which I am coloring with the antique linen, vintage photo, and spiced marmalade distress inks. I'm adding the color darker on the sides of the mug and leaving the center lighter to create some shadows and make it look rounder. I added the dark brown to the top and the bottom of the mug since I wanted more contrast between the mug and the background where I'll glue it later. I'm using the spiced marmalade to color the heart. Then I'll go ahead and fussy cut it. Now I'll go all around the edges with my black Sharpie. With the fine tip of my Sharpie, I'm writing the word thank so that my phrase reads thank you. My handwriting is not really good, but I hope anybody receiving this card is going to enjoy it anyway, so it doesn't really bother me. To fill more my arrangements, I'm stamping a small solid flower using the spiced marmalade distress ink, which works great with these tiny images. Now I'll use the quilty embossing folder from Xcut to dry emboss a piece of cardstock and create some faux stitching lines all over it. I'll add some antique linen distress ink to the embossed cardstock using my round blending tool, making normal pressure to get the color on the whole piece. Then I'll add the vintage photo distress ink only to the edges to add more dimension and interest to the card, and finally we'll go all over it very lightly to accentuate even more the stitched lines. Then I glued my pieces together on an A2 card base, and will glue a strip of glitter cardstock from the CWV right below the white panel. This will add a nice finishing touch to the card as well as a beautiful but subtle shine. Now I'll add a tiny dot of liquid pearls in buttercup to the center of the small flowers. Then I rounded the bottom corners of my card using my 1/2 inch corner shumper. Finally, we'll add a bit of glossy accents to the heart in the mug. You can add glossy accents to the whole mug if you prefer, but I tend to get my glossy accents ruined if I use it in big areas, so I kept it just as a nice little detail. Here you can see the finished card. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as well as the Alleyway Stamps channel if you are not subscribed yet. Don't forget to visit my blog to see the full list of supplies and more close-up pictures. Here are 2 more videos for you to watch in case you missed them. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!